Look at this flower. Like, wow. It has white, it has pink, it's light in some areas, it's dark in some areas. Look at this, and it's so delicate. When I used to be a child, I used to like just vibrant colors, and I used to like also shiny things. But then when I learned a little bit, this is good, this is bad. Okay, not bad, but this is good. I remember liking these type of colors a lot, like light colors and something that has white and this type of pattern. So this just shows me that God is not boring, and if he's serious when he says that look at the flowers, and if God so clothed them, isn't he going to clothe you whom he calls his children? And he means it. And it's not just that. I Many times I have thought that being a Christian is just boring, but it's so not. I mean, look at this flower. Is it boring at all? Like, we humans, we make flowers and we can make them boring sometimes. Look at this color. Like, the greatest and greatest of the paintings have this kind of colors, and so many like people who are really good at designing their clothes and all of that, they wear these kind of clothes. So God definitely doesn't want this anything about this to be boring. Yes, sometimes it's gonna be just humble and normal. It's not always going to be shiny, but it's gonna be beautiful, and it's gonna be thoughtful like this. Look at this sari over here. I mean, this too has a pattern, right? Just like this flower. So we can see that this sari, someone has thought this through. Like, it's not random, it didn't just happen, and it didn't just, like, someone has put their ideas and tried to make it interesting. It has a design, and we know that there is a person behind it who made this sari, and that person is talented, that person is interesting, that person is artistic, that person is, what else, he wants people to experience art and enjoy things. And nothing about this sari is an accident. It's, you can see the heart of the person behind the sari. And also there are so many things, like that person wants others, like wants good for others, and that person wants others to look fashionable, and I don't know, like there is a goodness behind it. The same way, look at this flower. If that just didn't come into being accidentally, how can this be? This flower has such better color than this sari, to be honest. And I have also seen like many fashion designers, when they would post, they would say that take your inspiration from nature. It's not just nature, it's God behind it. And of course, there are times the Bible also says that if we have only food or clothing, we will be content, and women should not dress in order to draw attention and all of that. But he also does, he wants us to look beautiful, and he wants us to wear nice dresses. Like, it's not just about looking good, it's about just enjoying that. Like, he wants us to enjoy the way a father would bring gifts for his children, and watching them smile when they open that gift, and enjoying with them when they enjoy those gifts. I think it's the same with God, that he also wants us to enjoy. It's not that we should live for enjoyment, but it's definitely not boring. And fashionable is doesn't necessarily mean sensuality. I hope you got my point. But there is a major difference, and that is the fact that that person who made the sari is actually looking for money. Oftentimes people don't even make it for artist purpose. Some just need money, and they have to make saris, and we owe them money, and that's how we can get the sari. But God gives us these things for free, and He doesn't need our money. But He and we owe Him our worship. That although He doesn't need our worship, but we owe Him, and He is worthy of that. And that person, the sari person, is a human, but this is God. And the sari person giving details to something He made is great, but how much more greater it is for this great God who made this universe to care about a flower and give it that much thought. And it also shows me that that's how much detail he that's how much detail oriented he is. He's not obsessive, but he cares. I mean, he cares about the petals of the flower, and then how much more does he care about us, whom he calls his children, and how much more thought has he given in making us and our life and our story with him and his creation and everything. He isn't just flaunting how talented he is. He's showing that he's a person of love and wisdom and care and purpose.